Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today is the day. Today we are finally getting our opportunity to ride the VelociCoaster. And with this new roller coaster comes a brand new test seat for us to review for you guys today. So I hope you guys are excited. Just want to say right off the bat, I am 5'5" I weigh 295 pounds, and I wear a size 42 waist size pants. So with all that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's head on over there to this one-of-a-kind new roller coaster with, from what I hear, very forgiving test seats. So let's head on over there, guys. Alright guys, this is it. This is the test seat for the VelociCoaster. This is a brand new Intamin seat. The most recent coaster to open up with this style seat, to my knowledge, is Taran in Fantasialand, however you want to pronounce it. Supposedly the seat is very accommodating towards larger guests. We're going to take a seat on it right now and see how we do. But I just want to bring this down. So I'm assuming that this is the red light, green light thing. So you can see it's red. How far does it need to go for green? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so that's green. Okay, this is green right here. Just so that you guys can get a sense of how much you need to go. And this is also your leg room as well for green. So seems pretty forgiving as far as the legs are concerned. Let's see how I do. All right guys, so we are standing here in front of the test seat for the VelociCoaster. Now I already sat in it once and I did get the green light. I will say it is a bit of a tight squeeze, for me at least. As I said earlier, I'm 5'5", I'm 295 pounds. You can see I carry a lot of my weight around my gut. So if you want to see all of this over here, you know, my legs aren't exactly the thickest in the world, but it's my gut that's more the problem. So we're going to be getting on this test seat right now and seeing exactly how I fare. Also, I do want to point out that there's no other indicator on this test seat that shows like, hey, it needs to go down this far, other than the light. I don't know if there's going to be a light or an indicator on the seat on the actual ride vehicle itself, but that's just something to keep in mind. You do have a light over here that shows whether it's green or not. So from what I've seen, when you get into the test seat, you want to keep yourself as upright as possible. And what I'm doing right now is bracing myself. I have my feet up against the seat in front of me, and I'm kind of pushing myself up to get as much altitude as I can. So I'm pushing this down as much as I can. And right now, it doesn't have a red light. I need a team member to actually push down on me to get a red light. If I were to just kind of relax myself, it's a no-go for the seat. So I do need a team member to push down on me, so that's just something to bear in mind for you guys as well. But with the team member assisting me, I do get the green light. So awesome. I'm very excited to ride. Also, one thing I want to mention is that your feet do not touch the ground. These seats are specifically made so that way your feet do not touch the ground. So unless you're really tall, you're not going to get much of a boost as far as having your feet sitting on the ground. So when you get onto the actual ride vehicle, when you're pulling down on your restraint, trying to keep yourself up as much as possible and use your feet to kind of prop you up. What you're going to want to do, instead of pulling down from up here, pull down from over here to get the most out of it.
Scan your ticket at the
pull down like that. If you're really adamant about riding, pull down like that, and you're absolutely good to go. I got the green light, no problem. You're holding it there, and then as soon as you're done checking, you can relax. You can relax yourself. Okay, so now that I'm off the ride and I'm able to properly process what I just went through, I do want to take a moment to talk about the test seats. I was very surprised with how close I was to not fitting. And you guys saw in that last clip that to make it easier on yourself, you got to push down on the sides, not the front, but the sides, to get yourself to fit a bit more. Now, I want to say, everybody is built differently. Everybody carries their weight differently. I think that if you carry your weight more on your legs, you're not going to have that big of an issue. But for me, I carry a lot of my weight on my belly. And I feel like if I hadn't lost the amount of weight that I had so far to fit on Forbidden Journey, I wouldn't have fit on this ride. So I'm very proud of myself for losing as much weight as I did, but by no means is my weight loss journey over. I was absolutely terrified when I initially pulled the bar down and I didn't get a green light. I had heard of so many people being able to be accommodated on this ride and, you know, getting the green light even though they were, you know, oversized and plus size. And I barely got it. I was able to get the green light on my own without a team member's help after hearing the tip of pushing down on the sides and not the front and keeping yourself up elevated. But that surprised me. I would be a little nervous. And also another thing that I wanted to know is that this isn't going to bother, you know, smaller people as much, but if you're a larger person, this ride hurts. This ride hurts your belly. Like, I spent a lot of my time being thrown out of the seat. You spend a lot of time on this ride being airborne, and there's so much ejector air time on this ride. It's insane. And as a big guy, it got really uncomfortable. And I felt like, because the way that I'm built, I'm not afraid to say this, I was kind of putting my fat over the restraint, so I kind of lifted up my belly fat over my weight. That's kind of how I positioned myself, to kind of rest my belly fat on the weight, or on the restraint. And as the ride progressed, I felt the bar coming down more and more and more, just due to the forces. So by the end of the ride, I was extremely uncomfortable, and there are several elements on the ride where I felt like I was going to be thrown out. So as a fat person, I'm happy that I was able to ride, but at the same time though, it was extremely uncomfortable. So that is something to bear in mind, that depending on where you carry your weight, you might have a hard time with this ride, not only fitting on it, but, you know, just how you feel after getting off. Like, my belly is still kind of in pain, so by no means is my weight loss journey over. I need to work on, you know, losing belly fat and, you know, getting my weight to be a little bit lower so that I can fit more comfortably on this ride. I can't wait for the day that I fit more comfortably on this ride. But as of right now, you know, I want to ride again immediately. Don't get me wrong. I do want to ride this ride again immediately because it is a fantastic ride. But just as a fat person, it was extremely uncomfortable, for me at least. You guys might be a little bit different. If you guys have ever been on the VelociCoaster, if you guys are seeing this in the future and you guys have been on the VelociCoaster already and you're oversized, let me know your opinions and your experience down in the comment section below. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this attraction and riding it as plus size. So, I mean, the team members have all said that they haven't had very many issues with people not being able to fit on this ride. But I feel like it all depends on how people carry their weight and what their secret is to, you know, getting the green light on the ride. Because, again, I carry my weight around my belly. So it's a very complicated situation, but I feel like it's doable for most people. I feel like it is doable for most people, but it all depends. It all comes down to how comfortable you are. And only you can tell. You know, you guys already know my dimensions. 5 foot 5 inches, 295 pounds. I showed you guys where my belly fat is. I don't know. This is a very interesting ride that I cannot wait to ride again. And while I do think that it is more accommodating than most other rides here at Universal, I would still proceed with caution, because a lot of people are saying that it's super accommodating when I honestly don't think that it's not. I do think it's more accommodating by only a little bit. So that's just my honest thoughts and opinions on it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below on this video. Let me know your experiences as well. I'm super curious to see what you guys have to say about the VelociCoaster and you fitting on this ride as a bigger person. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. Share this video around with all your friends and family who might be oversized, who might be curious and interested in riding the VelociCoaster, because I feel like this video is really going to help out a lot of different people. Thank you guys again so much for watching today's video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Ring that bell, get notified whenever I upload a new video like this in the future. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.